What happens when you get a Lamborghini with double the horsepower? Today we're going to find out. Let's go, boys! You joined me in LA with a UK-based car. This Lamborghini has just joined me on the road to SEMA Rally. This car's just done 4,000 miles. So, Corey.
Hello.
Good to see you yet again, even though we have just spent 4 weeks together.
Haven't left each other,
but we're not gonna mention this because today is about the car you've decided to bring from the UK.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So, what started life as a stock Huracan, I've had the car 4 years, and then within 6 months of owning the car, I decided to twin turbo it. And now the reason I did that was because before this I had an RS3.
The other paparazzi cause man's got an RS3.
That was 650 brakes, it was stage 3.
Stage 3 cuzzy bro, repping the Brum.
And it was a quick car, and I sold that and put the deposit down for this, using it from the sale of that. Picked this up and it was actually slower than this RS3.
What?
So it was an upgrade to downgrade thing. So I kind of left no choice but to make it faster.
So basically all these bros that say the stage 2, stage 3.
Yeah.
So the stage 3 RS3 was quicker than the stock Huracan.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because my stage 3 RS3 would do 10.5 quarter mile, and this stock is about 10.9, 11. Depending on what tyres you have.
Seeing the car, you haven't exactly kept it stock. Now, by the exterior, I'm guessing you have something to do with wrapping cars.
Maybe. What gives you that impression?
You've wrapped your car. So you've obviously, before we get into the actual technical details, talk about the exterior. We'll just take a second to appreciate. So what Corey's done, because obviously he designs his own wrap, these aren't just like details. This is actually the word Huracan that is actually expanded over the car. So we have giant Huracan there, miniature Huracans. You've got obviously the bronze chrome against the satin grey, against the normal chrome. It definitely is a standout car.
Yeah, it's quite it's not a complex design, but it's got complex sort of features in there. You know, like you said, you mentioned, not a lot of people would notice that this says Huracan and it's over the whole car. And not only this looks layered.
I wouldn't have noticed that said Huracan. It's just the fact that I've been following this for 4,000 miles, so I had the time to actually put 2 and 2 together.
That's it. And then with this chrome, a lot of people would do the chrome and then layer the grey and the black on top, but this has actually been printed.
What the fuck is that?
I thought that was a seagull.
That's California for you, mate.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, you know, this grey, we printed this with a translucent black layer on there, so it just changes the tint of the chrome, so it still looks chrome but makes it ever so slightly darker, almost like a watermark effect in that area. And then this is just solid black ink, but in turn the difficulties with that is lining. Each panel's wrapped individually, so you have to line each panel up. This one flows into this one, this one flows into this one. They all line up, everything lined up.
So your business is, again, LA, your business is Capital Wraps.
You tongue twisted me there.
Gotcha, bitch.
Wrap Capital.
Wrap Capital. Yeah. So
Where's my mouth? Yeah.
Wrap Capital. So if someone wanted to come to you and they wanted a custom made, because obviously you do the printed wraps, you do the custom designs, whatever they want.
Yep.
How much would this have cost, if you don't mind me asking?
It's difficult to put a price on this one. I mean, if someone just wanted a chrome wrap on a car, you're looking at doing $4 and $5 grand for a chrome wrap. And I mean, we've done Le Mans style post race wraps where the car looks like it's damaged and dirty and things like that.
Can you do drift cars?
Oh, we can do anything, mate.
Have you got enough wrap for a limo?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll find some scraps in the bin and stuff I could put on there.
Normally people would be insulted by that, but drift car, because drift car, it's,
well, yeah.
I've also noticed the custom wheels, which I do believe you've also designed yourself.
Yeah, whole design started with the wheels.
So when wheels make a car, ladies and gentlemen, this guy designed his wheels and then designed the rest of the car around the wheels.
These are Faro wheels. The idea behind the spokes, funnily enough, is got the A is the logo of a Faro. I designed these to kind of look like, because I like the look of the A, so these kind of look a little bit like the A. So, but they are two-piece, so you've got the polished barrel and then the copper chrome.
And obviously like, the detail does go further, so like these are obviously aren't joined to the dish, so it's only these bits The main sort of struts that actually attach, and then you've got these decorative bits.
Yeah, you've got like floating spokes here, so you know you got elements that are floating.
Now, if someone wants to come to you for a custom set of wheels, how much roughly for a set of custom one-off design wheels?
You're looking at about £3.5 grand, which is, you know, it's not crazy considering what you go to for. If you went for Boston or anything like that for a custom set, you know, you're looking upwards of 7-8 grand.
When we go round the back, Corey, this is where not just the twin turbo kit, but following you at night, you decided to go full UFO because this is a built-in light bar into the spoiler.
Yeah. So I built this spoiler probably about a year and a half ago. Any pattern you want with the LED thing in there. So most of the time I just tend to have it on red and have a red pattern because it's less bait.
See, now that's some bullshit.
Tend to have it on red.
Insert clips now of multicolours, rainbows, fucking all the other colours he was doing.
Yeah. You can hear me?
Yeah, we do.
Let's talk about the main feature, Corey, because when you see a bumper delete, it normally means one thing, and you have not disappointed on this one thing. You've gone twin turbo with your Huracan.
Yeah.
So tell us about the kit, because you fitted this yourself?
Correct, it's a bit of a Frankenstein kit. So usually what happens is people will get a off-the-shelf kit, like a Boost Logic, things like that, and then they'll have a company fit that for them and do the tuning. Whereas in this instance, I wanted to get a little bit hands-on with myself, so I didn't do everything myself. I kind of built a team of people that I could trust to build the kit with me for this. So the exhaust, which was for me inspired by the old Pagani Zondas. So as a kid, I used to have them as a poster car.
It is the first thing that shouts out to you. You've got obviously your main exhaust, and then your screamers all central, sort of in a square configuration.
Yeah. So I mean, so this is all done out of titanium, along with the intake pipes and the mounting bar. That's all done out of titanium. Done by a guy local to me down in Cornwall, and he makes polished railings for super yachts and things like that. So all those real nice artistry polished railings, and you know the welds are unpolished. This is purely how it came from when it was, so you can see how smooth they are, and you know that's untouched. That's just purely how it was welded. Now
the reason why we have gone a bit bluer as well, as we'll insert another clip, because we decided to play with the anti-lag setting on this car, which is
many times
mental.
Yeah.
Mental. Now obviously people that are going to hate, read the plate, fuck you, and that's all we're going to need to do. So what turbos are they?
So they're 64 66s, and they've got 45mm wastegates.
The standard question, power?
So power, at the moment we're about 1200 on 20 psi. These will run up to 1600 horsepower, but I'm not fully set up for that.
And these are 64 66s?
They are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is actually the same as what we've got on the limo.
Yeah, it's a pretty generic size, the most popular size of turbo, isn't it? Because they give good power but good response as well.
And what brand of turbo?
Precision.
So you got Precision, we've got Turbo Smart, but you have had this turbo kit on now for about 4 years?
3.5 years.
3.5 years, and how many miles have you done with this kit?
Probably over 20,000 miles.
So over 20,000 miles.
Yeah.
So
and
when
they're hard miles as well. They are hard miles.
And you've just added another 4,000 hard miles. Yeah, because when people sort of go to the extent of building cars like this, you assume reliability goes down, sort of the duration until you need servicing goes down, but Corey is living proof that you can build these cars to actually last, actually work, and have a lot of fun with them. Yes,
it's all down to the setup and the tuning. You know, when things these can be reliable as long as they're done right. Same with anything, any modification. As long as the work's done right and the tune, and most importantly, is done correctly. They can be reliable. Now, when we go further around the car as well, you did say to me the other day that this has got a built gearbox. It has, yes. So explain internally, because I'm guessing this is not just a bolt-on twin turbo kit to get the 1200 horsepower. So it was initially, and I ran about 900 to 950 for quite a long time, and I was very aggressive. I mean, I'm always aggressive with the car anyway. You know, it never gets an easy day from me driving it. After about 2 years, I had broke second gear just because I was bashing the limiter and launches and stuff all the time.
It explains the RS3 stage 3 prior to this. your standard owner for that.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yes, I broke second gear, which is renowned for being the weakest gear in the gearbox anyway. Fortunately, with second gear, there is an upgrade available to buy just for the second gear cog. Say if you broke any other gear, then you have to buy a full set. So you can't buy stock parts for this. It's either buy a replacement gearbox or buy a Dodson upgrade. But if you break any gear outside a second, you have to buy the full 1 to 7 set. Which, when I broke the gearbox the second time, is what I had to do.
And if you don't mind me asking, how much? Because we did discuss figures the other day,
yes.
And I had a few too many gins, and I think I either misheard the number wrong, or I've been put off building a Lamborghini. Because how much was the gearbox?
So all in all, with everything done, it's probably about 50 grand box. No.
£50,000.
So you've got the strongest, biggest clutch you can get in there, a Dodson Pro Max. You've got upgraded diff, loads of small pieces within the gearbox, small shafts and things like that, all upgraded as well as the gearbox, the 1 to 7 gear set, and the shafts that the gears sit on. So, you know, it's almost fully built inside. There's only a few bits that aren't touched inside the box.
Now, when he says the wheels aren't very wide, let's just do the hand check right now. Yep. Okay, yeah, if that's not wide, I feel sorry for your missus. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. But I have noticed as well, these expansion tanks, intake tanks.
Yes. So if do you want me to, I'll open it.
Pop the bonnet, there we go.
Pop the hood.
So let's lift up a skirt, shall we?
That's it.
Let's get, not you madam, the Lando.
Engine covers around here and stuff, but I just leave them off, so I can't really be asked to put one on off all the time.
And for those who are wondering who has potentially signed this, is it someone from Lamborghini? No.
No.
Is it someone from the UK? No.
It's not.
The reason that is signed is because Corey did this. At Gas Monkey Garage, this man himself got all four wheels loose in the Gas Monkey Garage.
I was a bit nervous, I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little bit nervous.
So Richard Rawlins himself has signed the GOAT himself of the car world.
I mean, you'll know it was a very tight area, wasn't it? There wasn't a lot of space, to be honest. I mean, if it was a car park like this, you got no worry. You just go for it and see what happens and stuff.
Now, we managed it, and obviously our car is bigger, but the reason I give you credit for getting this to break loose all four wheels is technically that has been built to do that rear wheel drive. Four-wheel drive, and yet you still managed to perform.
It's built to grip, really, isn't it? Not
it's a race. It's a race car for track. It's not exactly an old slidey boy like that thing's built for.
Once I broke the initial traction, then keeping it going around was easy. It was just getting that initial brake because it's a wide entry to it. So the wide entry gets tighter and tighter before it brakes, and you're using 3/4 of a turn before it'll actually break traction. So it's knowing how much space you've got to brake that, because it's going to want to swing wide.
Now, looking at this, apart from obviously these aftermarket sort of tanks, that looks fairly stock.
Yeah. To be honest, these turbo kits have not got a lot to them. They really haven't got a lot to them. So these replace the standard air boxes, and then obviously you've got some sensors here and things like that. So these, they've replaced that. You've got the coolant that goes through these cores here, that they come from the rads at the front. So there's a pump that pumps all the coolant through, cools these down, so you've got your boost going through the inner chiller rads there.
That's what these square sort of welds are there.
Yes.
So that's the sort of radiator, and then obviously you've got the sort of vacuum tanks.
Yeah, it's an internal intercooler that's reverse cooled. So instead of, you've got an intercooler that's cooled by air and you've got your boost going through the intercooler, instead of that, you've got your boost going through the vanes. Instead of inside the intercooler, you've got coolant going in there instead of what boost would do, and then what the air would do on an intercooler is what the boost is doing. So it's kind of an intercooler reversed internally and use coolant to chill them. I hope that makes sense anyway.
So stock engine, stock internals?
Stock internals, yeah. Stock intake manifold as well. So there is a limit on boost on these because they are plastic intake manifolds. So you can only go a certain amount of boost before you risk breaking all the plastic welds and things like that.
So to sum up the performance mods, stock suspension.
I've got swap-in springs to make it lower, but other than that, yep, stock.
So you got low-in springs,
so
stock brakes,
sport springs, stock brakes,
stock internals,
yep,
built gearbox,
yep, because I've hammered it, yep.
Intakes, obviously that's all stock, and then you've literally just got the cooling system, turbo kit,
and then
exhaust,
I've recently
gearbox.
I've recently gone Motec exhaust, Motec ECUs as well. So
you're on a standalone ECU now?
Yeah, standalone ECU. I've upgraded the fuel pumps as well. So basically, like, if anyone went for 950 to 1,000, there's not really a lot you need to do to these cars, and they are reliable. When you start creeping over 1,000, that's when you start after insuring yourself by, you know, reinforcing parts.
So all in then, to hit the 1,200 horsepower mark reliably, which you have proven by doing the miles, what do you reckon this car has set you back?
So what, the car and the mods and...
Oh, what the mods?
Do you know what? I've never actually really gone through. It's probably for my own sanity.
Is that because your girlfriend sat in the car?
No, I don't give a shit.
See, most people are like, oh, but I don't know.
Literally, I've not actually sat down and worked it out, because the trouble is, I've had to do some things twice because I've broke it the first time, half upgraded it, and it's broke again because I only went half the way. So, you know, a lot of the times people fuck about and they find out, sort of thing, instead of thinking, oh, maybe I should do that just in case that does break, because it is known to break. Well, I didn't do that, so then costs of things have gone up because I've kind of had to fix things or do things twice. Because
unlike your sort of lower sort of performance based cars, you can leave the internal stock safely up to about, say, 1,400 horsepower.
So these have been known to reliably handle 1,500 horsepower plus on a stock internal, which is bonkers considering they're 600 standard.
Turbo kit was roughly?
So turbo kit, I mean, it's pretty similar to what it was off the shelf, so you're looking at about 20 grand. Exhaust set up a little bit higher, so I'm probably talking 25 because of the titanium work. 25 for the kit.
Intakes?
So that was part of the kit. And then you got the Motec, which is about 10 to 12 for the two ECUs.
10 to 12 grand?
For the Motec ECUs, yeah, because these take 2 ECUs, so you got one per bank.
See, so suddenly this thing's looking cheap. Because we're also running Motec, but I think we did it for about 3 grand all in. Just performance based.
If I went performance based and included stuff that I've, you know, broken and had to, you know, repair again or whatever, I'm probably 80 in.
Jeez.
And then the car was 130.
But then you got to say, so roughly all in, £200,000.
Yeah.
You can get a 1,200 horsepower reliably.
Yeah, well, to be honest, probably more than that, because obviously that includes me having to fix things. So, you know, for 200 in the UK, not in the US, because, you know, you
got the US
I found out
tax
Huracan
here.
prices are exorbitant.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the UK, you could buy a Huracan, spend 70 grand on it, you'd probably be closer to 1,400 horsepower, 1,400 to 1,500 horsepower.
Bit of an upgrade from a RS3 Cuzzy, bro.
Yeah.
First thing I realised, they're not built for bigger lads, are they?
Not really, no.
No, it's like I'm trying to slouch as much as I could. If I'm sitting normal on the chair, it's a bit like sort of...
Yeah, the only thing is, because I put a Starlet headliner in, this has drooped a lot. So there would usually be more headroom than this, but
now, something
I need to sort it out, really.
Something I'm concerned with. Why is your airbag taped over?
Because I didn't have time to sort it out before the put it shipped over.
Include a clip now of what happens. The reason why he's had to do that. As you can see, apparently it was an ABS fault.
Yeah, it's electronic failure. So, which I still get occasionally now, so I still need to get to the source of the issue, but it comes up now and again where the ABS light will come on, and if I brake too hard, it'll just, all the brakes will just grip real hard and just lock up. So obviously on track, as soon as I hit those, it was just, yeah.
Let's go drive. Straight off the bat, it's quite comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not as hard as I was expecting it to be. It's not as. I can understand why you and Dommy managed to do 4,000 mile in this.
Yeah, it's comfy, mate.
Like the seats are comfy. Like even, you know, 6'1" and a bit.
The car's a puppy. If you just drive it gentle, it's gentle with you. You wouldn't realise it's twin turbo at all.
We're just cruising at 1 mile an hour, just getting over these speed bumps. No trouble at all.
No, it's not rough or anything like that. It drives gentle and normal, like it was stock when you want it to, and then when you want to put your foot on the gas and just go for it, it'll pick you out.
The radiator noise, like the fan noise, is quite severe.
That's the coolant pump for the charge coolers.
See, that sounds probably not the best in America with gunshots. But we're going to have armed police here in a second, but I have to say, holy shit.
It picks up quick, doesn't it?
It's... When you go in, say, a Bugatti or something with this kind of power, you expect the sort of pull, but this is a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, because I think the gears are quite short. So when this is turbo, the gears feel really short.
Yeah.
When it's stock, they're fine. Turbo, they're a little bit short. So you're strumming through them.
And the gearing as well, like it's not sort of bang, bang, bang.
No, so it's in sport at the moment. If you put it down to a Corsa, they'll be more aggressive. So I'll do that now, and it'll be more of an Aventador style shift. So if I show you. Second gear. Jesus! Woo! I can't show the dash, but that was very comfortably. Jesus Christ. And the fact, like now it's just calm driving again. Yeah, because that's the police station, so I thought let's avoid that section of road. But again, it's like now it's back to normal. It's just a normal. Yeah, long distance, mate. It's just honestly, it's comfy. Good sound system in it.
So is this for under 120 grand? No, for under 200 grand. This has got to be one of the best daily drive super hypercars.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean,
look how tight they're turning to, but that wasn't even full up.
Two lanes, just turn round.
Good pickup though, isn't it? Just
Mate, it's just instant. Like the boost build and everything, this is just... Mate, this car's no joke. No joke, this car's ridiculous. And I've got to say, you know, your Aventador, your standard... For under 200 grand. So this is fully built 100 grand less than, say, like an Aventador S.
yeah.
And yet this would smoke it all day.
Yeah, so I mean, I've got, so when this was at lower power level, so when this was about 950,000 horsepower, I got a 9.5 quarter mile at 155 mile an hour.
So with 200 horsepower less,
Yeah.
you did a 9.5 in the quarter.
Yeah, that's on official gas. When I was racing him in his 911 Turbo S. And Carwell had a Chiron Super Sport that did a 9.6 quarter mile. So technically, this with less power than it has now, did a quicker quarter mile than a Chiron Super Sport.
But again, it's
under
like
200 grand.
we've just been ripping up the street. But again, it's how comfortable it is.
Yeah, and not only that, it you know, when you say something's got 1200 horsepower, it sounds like it wants to rip your head off. It's very manageable. You know, it's just point and shoot. It's not. It's kind of less dramatic than you would expect.
It's a lot less dramatic because like now we're sat in traffic, and it would just feel like I'm in any two-seater sports car.
Because imagine if you had like a Skyline with 1200 horsepower, every minute you'd want to rip your head off. But this thing, even when you're hounding, it doesn't make you feel nervous. It's almost like the car came with a power from factory.
Yeah, it's like the car is supposed to have this kind of power rather than someone shoved the power into it. Like the Skylines, like going from 300 horsepower up to over 1,000. No wonder those things feel like you have to rip its bollocks off in order to get
which
the
is
power
great,
down.
you know what I mean? They you know, make you feel alive every second, but also you have to be on your wits. Whereas this, you know, obviously the speed of kind's ridiculous, so you still have to be on your wits. You're not fighting the car, you tell it where you want it to go and it will go, that's it.
I do have a bigger appreciation for this kind of car now, because before that, obviously, you know us, you know the kind of cars that we build and what we're into. Like, we like doing the complete opposite, turning a car impractical,
yeah,
make it stupid, make it unusable. But after spending the day in this with you, it's just...
It's not what you expected. You didn't expect it to be usable. Like,
I generally thought, like you were going to say, it was going to try and rip itself to bits.
Because we've doubled the power in the car. But
You've doubled the power?
It doesn't feel twice as unsafe. It feels exactly the same as it does stop. It just wants to kick you in the ass a little bit when you point and shoot.
So what base model Huracan is this?
So this is a 610. So it's a forward. So you get a 580, which are a rear wheel.
Yeah.
And this is a 610, 2015. So you can pick one up, if you pick one up with about 35,000 miles on it, you can pick up a 610 for 115 now, 110. If you plumbed 40 grand into it, you'd have 1,000 horsepower, that's reliable, all tuned and done. So for
150 grand, you can get something very
you've got a
similar to
Veyron
this.
killer for 150 grand. It'll keep up with a Chiron. It'll beat a Chiron Super Sport just in a quarter mile. Obviously after a quarter mile, it's a different story. But in a quarter mile, because this will just pick up and go real quick. It's lighter. You know, when I had less power, so I had 950, I did a 0 to 60 2.32.
What shocked me though in that is you were in Corsa mode, and Corsa mode, so all traction age off.
Yeah, no traction there.
That was nothing, and yet it didn't break a single bit of traction. No. Zero wheel. The way I can describe that, it's a bit like a super bike. Like, granted, okay, they're a different sort of kettle of fish altogether, but you dropped it into second, you heard the boost building, which the noises of this thing, you can hear, even though the turbos are at the very back.
See, that's because what I did, I used to have filters down by the turbos like everyone does, but then I've got pipes that go up to the shoulder intake bit, so where the original intake takes cold air from. So as soon as you crack the window, right by your shoulder is where you're hearing the turbos sucking the air.
So, yeah. You can hear the boost building to just an unleash of power. I've always wondered what sort of these with 1,000+ horsepower is. Now I've experienced it, I have to say, wow.
Yeah.
Like, but you don't feel scared. It's not like you say, like these Skylines and like these Supras where you put your foot down with all that boost and it's an actual mission just to keep in a straight line.
Yeah, you got to guess where it's going to go.
Yeah.
The thing is, I would say with this though, is that because it's so manageable, it is exciting, it's fun and stuff, but because it's so manageable and it's not unnerving, that it's very quick and easy to get used to. And after a little while, you always want more because it's so, you get so content with it. That's the only problem.
I can see why now, because obviously the cars we build, it's not like the stages where, oh, I can just keep getting more power. No, we move on to the next project, something stupid. But this, I can already understand if you own something like this now. 1,200 just seems like, I'm used to that now. I want 15, I want 60, I want 2,000 horsepower.
Well, that's it. A friend of mine, Buzzy, I don't know if you've
Buzzy Singh, is
Buzzy
it?
Singh UK, yeah, in the UK. He's at 2,400 horsepower.
So his is Europe's fastest Huracan, isn't it? Yeah, because we can insert a clip now. That thing is just, we've seen it at Pod.
Yeah, that thing's as wild as he is.
So again, like these kind of cars, you're seeing them now on the internet. You're seeing them, dummies, obviously. Bored. She had to sit in the limo basically, which normally would be a comfortable place to sit, but with a stripped interior and 6 bucket seats.
I think it's quite nice still with the bucket seats. I could fall asleep.
Shout out to Code Seats, honestly, like.
On McDonald's.
She wants McDonald's. There you go. Shout out to McDonald's for sponsoring this video. They're not really. They're not really. But shout out to Code Seats because it's a lot comfier in here than I thought.
Yeah.
I've always avoided this, being a fluffy man, a plump man.
The thing is, I've like I said, I've slightly downgraded it because I put a silly silent headliner in, which has sagged the roof, and then also behind each seat, I've got amps behind yours and a sub behind mine because I like my music. So you couldn't
get the seats back and down.
So you'd get an extra 6 inches in the leg room, and you'd get a couple of inches on the. So
every inch counts, baby.
You'd fit in it. You'd be fine in here driving it and stuff. You know, because you got all this, and fucking that'll go all the way down. This will go all the way back, and you got plenty of room. You know. So I rate you get a little bit more room in, and it's the same car technically and cheaper.
I mean, the fact that you did come from an RS3 Cuzzy, bro, I wasn't expecting anything less than the Starlight.
Well, yeah, I didn't even have one in the RS3, but
Did you install this yourself?
I did, and I put a where's the fucking button?
I mean, mate,
Is it on? No. Oh, I know what, it's not on because I turned it off with the remote. I did a little galaxy on it. Got a galaxy in the middle. See that?
oh yeah.
Go, innit? And there's Orion's belt on here. You see Orion's belt just there?
I'd maybe
Do you feel
just,
romantic?
I'd maybe just stick to the wrapping and the wheels, mate.
Am I seducing you a little bit?
I'd maybe just stick to the wrapping and the wheels, maybe. Luckily, this is not offered. Wait, you're not offering the service, are you?
No.
Good, because I'm not promoting that, mate. That's a weird thing to do in a Lambo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, Corey, absolute pleasure, mate. What an experience. And once we get back in the UK, we will be doing more together.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It would be interesting on a roll race. Let's find a runway. When we finally get the limo to 1500 wheel horsepower, then it will be interesting because then its power to weight should be similar.
Yeah, I mean, to
paper.
be fair, yours isn't that much heavier. I think that yours about 100 kilo heavier than this. It's not too dissimilar.
We've got to put a cage in it next, though.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so once the cage is in and once we are six
With a
man
cage,
deep.
yeah, cage and then you sat in it, that's got to be 1/4 of a ton extra.
Yeah,
thing is, though,
and this are just gonna fucking say.
The thing is, though, he's probably not far off because I reckon at least 100+ kilo for a cage at that big.
And
I'm not exactly 90 kilo. He's
We're
not
not
far off, mate. Yeah. So we should be about 2 ton in that. This is what's the weight of this?
1650 kilo.
So 1650 with 1200 horsepower, say 1100 to the wheel. Corey, what an experience. I am very jealous now that I didn't get to do part of the 4,000 mile in this car with you.
Yeah, we got shit coming up together, don't we?
We've got a lot of shit.
A lot of stuff next year.
Corey, what's your Instagram?
Corez Lark, CREZLARK.
Go follow this bastard because he's insane as we are. The reason why we've got on, not just over this Road to SEMA rally, but before then, is we used to do shit like this together. Insert clips of you doing like fireworks shit and all that kind of bollocks. We've just known each other for a while now. And this is the whole point of the car scene, is meeting people, making friends who share a passion. And
I'm very quiet on the outside, but deep down, because you know me long enough now, deep down I've got some wild shit going on. But like, on the surface, people who don't know me, I just seem boring and plain and stuff like that.
Which I'm the opposite. People think I'm a nutcase, but you get to know me and I just like to stay at home and do nothing. I just don't like people.
That's why we gel.
It's like deep down there, how everyone comes to talk to you, I just don't like people. So if you see me in public, just don't talk to me. Right, join us in the next video when we show you more cars just like this, and hopefully we might even convince Corey to let us take us out again on track once he's fixed the ABS. And
first job when I get back.
we need to go get Dommy and McDonald's. McDonald's are not sponsoring this video. And we shall join you in the next video.